for someone who's in sports nutrition, what does a typical day look like and you can pick, I'm sure it changes with the season. So maybe like during the summer and then while school is in session, or if you've ever dabbled like outside of the school with different clients or anything like that, how that might differ. It would be really interesting to kind of pull that curtain back for people listening to this.
Yeah, it's so different from the collegiate to the professional to the high school level. Collegiate, it's better now. Most programs have multiple dietitians on staff, but back in the day where it was like, table for one over here, you go from football season and then men's and women's basketball start right in the middle of football season. And then as soon as football season's done, everybody's like, oh, aren't you glad football season's over? And I'm like, no, because now it's off season and now my work just got harder. Yeah. Plus we still have men's and women's basketball, and not to mention like the swimming and the volleyball and golf and tennis. And so it never stops. And it's anything from team talks to individual sessions, eating disorder counseling, planning menus, like all kinds of stuff. Professional sports, it definitely was better because you had an off season. Baseball, you're hoping to play in November, but most of us don't get to. And so, you have a decent off season where you're checking in with players, guys get surgery, they're trying to, hit their weight and body composition goals, recovery, stuff like that during the off season. And then you're going from February through, the end of September, like it's game on. So it's pretty busy. And, I traveled, and then I traveled some in 2018, 2019, and then 2020, that was just a crazy year. So we were all kind of just in the bubble, and that's where because we had to, it was just out of necessity. And so, but yeah, anything from, one of the cool things in pro sports is it's more fine tuning, right? It's not necessarily teaching the guys like, here's what a carbohydrate does, and here's how protein helps with muscle repair and that sort of thing. It's more like, all right, you're starting pitcher. So after you get off the field, you start doing your arm care recovery. Here's your recovery shake that has cherry juice, branched chain amino acids, some collagen. You get to be more sciencey and more in depth about things. And then obviously too, you have your medical nutrition component where you have athletes with celiac disease or Crohn's or any other medical issues. You have staff that you're helping, with their dietary needs and that sort of thing. So that was the difference in pro sports. And then high school, it's all day. So I teach 3 sports nutrition classes. So that, and I really, really love that because I get to teach them every day, like what they need to do every day. And then I have weight training, girls weight training class. So teaching them, just about how, and it's mostly beginners. So just the basics of movement and being in the weight room and getting comfortable in there. And then after school, like yesterday we did speed work, and I had a soccer girl, a few, football players, baseball, doing that. Or it'll be girls basketball workouts, so it's all day. Like at lunch is usually when I'll try to catch up with kids who need to do one-on-ones. And so, I'm not there just for the student athletes at the school. I'm there for all the students.